I'm back. I don't know what happened. It's a technical thing, and I'm just really sorry, but I'm here. I'm not giving up if you don't give up. I'm Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and today I'm going to attempt to do a video, and we're doing a cyber reading, and I've got my hair in a, it seems really kind of stringy back there. Let's just take a look at what's happening. I'm going to do the something today, and I'm going to read from the book, but I want to show you some things that I've done and with my hair. If we take a look at these areas, I call these stress points. What I did was I didn't deep condition for a few weeks, several weeks, matter of fact, and I want you guys to see what happens with the hair when you don't. And I slept on my hair a couple of nights, didn't dress it for bed. And I promised everyone I would stop doing the little test on my, or little studies on my own hair. But what I found is really best to really kind of do them so that you guys can see really how important it is. Even with my hair, as healthy as it is, as much hair as I keep on my head, that I can have problems too. So we really need to be careful with that. A couple of you logged in, and then when we lost the signal, you guys logged out. So hopefully you'll get another alert saying that we're back online, and maybe some of you guys will join me today. But I want to do something with that many of you have asked about, called dressing for bed. You want to know how I dressed my hair for bed. Before we start the book, The Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, and that's what we're going to work with, the book. I want to just do the dressing for bed because I think that's really important. So you can see this side is flat because I've already began that side, but I'm going to take my headband off, which is a nylon headband, and I'm just going to open it up because I wear this every day for the most part while I'm at work, because I really want to keep my hair up, and I want something that's really friendly. So I want to just let you see how friendly that is. The fabric is kind of a nylon, and it's treated to look like satin, and it has these nice little wonderful air holes in them. So I want you to see the little air holes. So it has these wonderful air holes. You can see them there. And so it allows me to have something really friendly. The fabric, the thread is wrapped in a nylon smooth fabric. So it's pretty cool. And these are really inexpensive. And I sell them at my institute. And they don't really last that super long. But many of these I have for several months. And they're just a few dollars, and we just kind of, we start with these, and we just, I wear them out, and then I get new ones. Okay, so I want to do the dressing for bed with my hair. The first thing I want to do is, you can see I've already started on this side, but I'm going to use the naturally texture because I think it's going to be really cool to show you how that naturally texture works when you dress your hair for bed. And it doesn't take me very long, and you can just time me if you like. As I said, I've already done 2 twists, but I pretty much take my hands and allow my hair to just relax. So I'm working through my hair with my fingers and thumb, and I'm just going to go real time. This is what I do at night. Just work through my hair. And then I take some of my naturally textured, and I'm going to use that today. Yeah, let me see. This is my naturally textured. Smells yummy. It really does. It smells really good. But it doesn't interfere with your cologne, which is a really good thing. So these are up, but I'm going to work with this. So I work with the ends. Let's start with the ends. Small amounts. Starting on my ends. And you can just kind of fluff it in your ends initially. And then you work with the ends. And then you come back. And then you're able to part the hair with your fingers. So you're really just kind of working through with your fingers. And you can just see all my little white friends up in the crown. And then you're going to take your hair. You're going to take a small amount. And you're going to work down the hair shaft. And what you're trying to do is get a good even distribution. So you want to work your fingers there, opening up, putting small amounts on the ends, working your forefinger and thumb, and you're just working the hair till you just kind of, you're stretching it through. But basically what you're doing is getting product on all the way down till you start to get that ribbon and that definition, because that's what I kind of want to do. And I'm doing like a quick fix. So I'm going to make this video today about dressing for bed, but I'm also going to cover a couple of areas on the book. So I'm just working through. So I'm ready to twist this one up, and it's no real hard. But I'm taking it and I'm just taking a twist, and I'm staying away from my hairline, and then I'm going to twirl as I get toward the end. I'm going to make a really skinny ribbon smooth. I'm going to twirl it around my finger, and then I'm just going to tuck it in, as you can see here. But I'm going to make sure there's a big puff. That way I know when I sleep, I can move and I won't pull my hair. I'm going to take this section here, the next section, and I'm just going to make one section. But what's going to be important, I've got it on my ends, working it through the hair close to the scalp. Close to the scalp, because if you get it on your ends, you can part easy without pulling. Now I can make this two sections, so you'll be able to see. Well, I'll make it one section. So what I'm going to do two. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to twist. I do a lot of twirling on the ends. I don't twist too far down because it's just not necessary. And let's see if I can get this on. Same with here. And I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see how I'm just twirling that in. I'm making sure I get a nice ribbon, and then I'm going to tuck it. So I really have three back there, and I'm just tucking. You see how loose they are? Because this is just not, and I'll let my collar down. This is just not about having it all neat and perfect, but I'm going to show you something that you can do to cover. And sometimes if I say, you know, I want to get through with this, I want to finish it and go to bed, then I will do a big section like this, take my naturally textured, and sometimes I'll use a wet product like my hydrating detangling souffle, and then I just work it through and work it through. And then I'm going to take and just make sure that I don't want any stress points or any tangles of webbing. Work it through. And then I'm going to go back and I'll work. And you saw those little ends. Some of them are thin because of all these little tests that I do. You really have to deep condition, ladies, if you're really going to get really long hair. And I have promised you guys that I'm going to work with my hair so that y'all can really see length. And I had someone to ask me in an email, and I thought it was so observant of them about my length, and saying that, do you normally keep your hair at that length, or do you in fact just keep your hair at that length, or do you what did she say? She said, do you keep your hair at that length? What do you do? Because it seems about the same length. It seems really healthy, but it seems about the same length. And I did confess that what I normally do is I conduct these studies, and so I lose hair on the ends because I damage them, showing you if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. So this was kind of interesting that she observed that. She was really kind about it because she said, oh, but it seems healthy. Well, it's healthy except the ends. And that's part that the ends were holding on, but the problem was I was losing some of them. So some of them were holding on and some of them weren't. And so I just kind of tuck in. It's really messy. And I thought you guys needed to see this, because when you see me out and you see me on these videos, you were thinking that, hey, you know, wow, she must do a lot of work with her hair, but you know, how does she do that? And I wanted to get some of these so you can see my stress points. These are areas where when you don't deep condition properly, then you will have those. You'll begin to have those. Okay, so then I'm going to take this section right here, because, you know, I put on the ends, I put product. I put the Natural Texture. That's my product of choice. You can see them. So what happens is you wear away a certain percentage of your hair pretty much every month. And then so you may grow in an inch or half an inch or a half an inch every 8 weeks, but you're not going to get the length that you should because you're wearing away a certain percentage of that hair. So I've got my naturally textured. Okay. And I'm working it on the hair close to the scalp. And it's just not a lot. I just want to make sure. So I'm working my fingers straight down the hair, making sure. Sliding through, making sure. And then I'm just going to twist. And you guys have just given up on me today. No one has logged in. But the good thing is I know you can archive, and that's what's important to me, that you will, I'm archiving, so you will be able to see it. So I'm tucking that in. So I really have like one here, one right behind there. Then I go back in this area and I may make 3. So it's really a messy thing. But again, if you want to be cute, you can tie a scarf. Sometimes I never do anything other than sleep on a satin pillowcase. But I do say that if you like, you can tie a scarf on it, or I'll show you a headband. If I was going to do anything, it would be that. I'm not a scarf girl at all. Not really a hat girl. But I'll do headbands. Okay. And then here, and again, I do keep some length, so I'm going to let you see once this is stretched out. And you know our hair, you can have 50% more hair if you straighten it out. So my hair would be a certain length. So I'm going to go in, press finger and thumb, because when I went in with my human comb, I caught a little kink and I don't want to pull. So you can see me pressing fingers and thumb. And then I'm going to go back in till I can slide straight through. There we go. Okay. So you can see my hair stretched out. So I'll just put it on this end so you see where it is. Oops, shoulder down. It's past my shoulder. Okay, I don't want to lean over. Head straight. So it's like a little past my shoulder. So if I had my hair straight, it would cuff about here. But still, I could have so much longer. But if I would just, stop the studies and stop the tests on my own hair. And it's kind of like when I did that relaxer, you guys went crazy. My YouTube subscribers, you were like, no, don't do that. It's like giving a person drugs just to show them giving yourself drugs to show a person how to get off of drugs. I'm like, well, seriously, guys? So I know you guys are really serious about relaxers and not wearing them. But I'm not an advocate for necessarily natural hair. And you know it, and you know that about me. I'm an advocate for healthy hair. I just think that we have so many flavors of women. We like different things. And I feel like it's wrong to tell a female she can't relax her hair. But I also feel like it's wrong for somebody to relax their hair and not take care of it. So I'm going to twist this last one. And as you can see, these are kind of messy. Slide down. And when you put your product on properly, you will get that ribbon. So this is so, look, it's a wop, but that's okay. So what I'm doing, and I always check at the end to see. So if you slap, you have that nice stretch. So if you slap, okay, no hairline, because you can see I have a nice full hairline. You're not going to have that nice full hairline in the neck area. These are in there, and they're kind of messy, but they're in there. When I go to sleep on my satin pillowcase, I have no worries. I don't, my hair doesn't come down. If you want something like this, is my wider headband here, and I use this sometimes when I want a really tight fro, because I can just, it's tighter. So I'll put this on. If I was going to do something to cover this up at night, and this is one of those headbands, and I'm going to show this because some of you may decide to purchase these, and you can order them from me. You can call my institute at 901-380-4445, and you can, and it's 901-380-4445. I hear my husband's voice saying, slow down. They didn't get it. Okay, so that's 901-380-4445. Or you know what? You can find them at your local wig store sometimes. Sometimes you can find them at some beauty supply stores. It depends on. So what you do is you're just taking this and you're so that you don't have the traction and you're moving it up. So when you sleep, so you're sleeping against this headband. Pretty cool. So in the morning, what I do after I take my sleep, in the morning, what I do is I just take my hair down and I'm going to take this 1, 2. So we're going to find the end. We're going to unravel it. Now, if it was wet, then what I would normally do is just kind of let it sit. I wouldn't do finger comb because there's a crucial drying stage. Take this one down. And these have been up a little bit longer. See the curl pattern? See, you have the definition in the curl pattern. But we're going to go to here and see. It doesn't really take long if you have the right product. So this is another one. Nice curl pattern. And all it does, you already have the curl pattern. Keep that in mind, guys. All it's doing is basically defining your curl pattern. It's cutting away the frizz and defining your curl pattern. So I just want to kind of go in the sections so that it has a little extra time in the order I twisted them up. I go in reverse. Yeah, here, and then one right behind here, and then a couple of them back there, and then this one on the left side. Almost said right, and then I would have to say your other, the left, and I almost went, anyways, you know what I'm saying, your other left. I thought that was a really cute joke when someone said that. Okay, so focus, Lisa. Okay, so now I'm going to feel to make sure. And so generally what I'll do is I will put my smaller headband on. Well, I forgot something. I'll put my scrunchie on, and then I'll take my scrunchie, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scrunchie and I'm going to put it on. I'm going to smooth everything flat as I can, because most of the time you just want a little bit of stretch to it. And what you're doing is you're allowing your product, you're just smoothing it through, and you're taking your flat scrunchie and you're just working your fingers and thumb, fingers and thumb. So you're just pushing the product deeper in, bringing it back as flat as you can get it. And so if you say, well, you have a certain hair type and you can do that, but you can do it as well. And I have someone on with extremely kinky hair, my social media manager, Natural Hair, and we did a video with her and she did really well. So I'm twisting and stretching, and then I'm going to take the very end and I'm going to tuck it. You've seen me do this before, but I didn't go all the way from dressing for bed. If you want to do a little extra, you can take and put a small amount of extra naturally textured around your hairline, and you can just take it and you can put a headband on. At this point, you can put a headband on, and you can choose to determine, that's not just product, that's some of my white hairs, if you're wondering. You can choose to do a small tight fro, which we'll start with, and then you can choose to do a larger one. So we'll put this one on, and then you always take your, pop my collar because it just looks better. There we go. You have a short neck like mine. It just kind of helps. And then you can take it off. You've seen me do this before. And then you have this piece in the crown. So what you do is you fold your headband up, and you see already you have your nice little wave. And yes, your hair will wave. I don't care how kinky your hair is. It will wave. And then you could have your crown. And we have a video, a headband. I don't have any in here, but you can put a decorative headband, do some fun things with that. And you've seen me do several things with it. Okay, and then we could take that off, but you put this headband on first, and then slide this one off and see what happens. It gets wider, and then you go to your original fro, which I think is uber cool. And so it looks like you have a texturizer, and I just use my naturally textured. I'm just going to kind of open it up in the center to do something really funky in the crown, and just let those. Then I'm going to do something else today that's going to be different from what I normally do, because I do a lot of this all the time because I kind of like it, because it just keeps it keeps everything up. So open that up a little bit, a little different. Some of you may not like it. You might like it closed up. And then I will take the headband off. And then I'm going to show you something that I haven't done in a while, but I have let my hair get a little bit longer, so I can now do it. You take your hair, you smoothen it straight down with your fingers, and all you're doing is stretching it. You're just taking it and relaxing the hair. I'm not opening my fingers and clawing through. I'm just relaxing the hair. Bringing it down on one side, relaxing it. And it kind of gives you that body wave look. Or remember, we used to have that body curl, and we used to get those thiochemicals. They call them Jerry curls. So it gives you that look where you now have a piece. And we have to let our collar down for this one because we have more hair hanging down. You're bringing that hair down. And so now, which is at some point, I've got to stop trying to wear my hair up in the crown of my head because it's gotten longer. And especially if I start my full get the length, which I promised I've started. So I'm kind of supposed to be on it already. And do a little bit of that. And so I've got a piece there. I think there was a little stress point I wanted to show you guys, but maybe it wasn't. And so here I am. There it is. But of course, you know what I love to do. Yes, the fro, the big fro. We'll give it a nice little hair shake, which I love to do. See if we can make it a whimsical fro, which I've done that one before. But since this helps me to show you all this definition. And it was just like right before your eyes. So you saw what I've done. And here we are. And there it is. And so here I am with my whimsical fro. And you just want to take your fingers and just kind of fluff forward like this. And give yourself this whole little. You guys truly have given up on me today. I don't have not one, but I'm sure you guys are archiving, but my feelings are a little bit hurt. Not too bad, but so I don't even know if I'm going to do the book today, but it's going to be archived. So here I am with it, and I'm bringing everything forward. So this helps because my hair is now longer. So if you look closer, so I've got this nice little fro. If you were online, I could ask you what you thought, but I can't see that you guys are online. I could try to go over to see if I have anybody else hanging out, but it doesn't show me that I do. So it's just me and then you later, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. And so you have this wonderful, fluffy, whimsical fro. And what you're basically doing is pulling everything towards your face. And then you sit back and you pull a little bit up in the crown to kind of get that little spike look. And then you pull some out this way and this way. And it looks like I really twisted my hair with 50 different twists, and you saw that I did not. All I did was even distribution and product placement, which is so crucial. Okay, all right, guys. All right, so let's go back. And you know what? We're going to do a couple of things on the book. The book. Snap. Okay. All right. So I have so much fun. My patients would not believe, and I know some of you are watching, that I can be silly. So we talked about not just education, but information. And we wanted to talk about our hair care professionals this week. So we talked about not just education, but not just information, but we wanted education. So we're going to be educated on several things. So we're going to talk. We talked about hair products. Now let's talk about our professionals, and I'm just going to end it at that. Okay, hair care professionals, stylists across the country say that they can solve hair problems that Black women are going through, including me, but I'm a trichologist. But I was a cosmetologist stylist for many, many years. Kind of itch on my nose. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to talk about this because it's more than just salon visits, but we want to, let's just put this, let me read it. So stylists across the country say that they can solve the hair problems of Black women through more salon visits and more personal consultations as long as the client will do what they say or he says. Now, I have a lot of frustrated stylists, and they're saying that I had a consultation, I told them what they needed to do, I did their hair, we connected, and they still didn't do it. Okay, that is only a part of the answer. Going into a salon, having a consultation, having more salon visits, that's only a part of the answer. Okay? Remember, you cannot rely on anyone. You cannot rely on anything, any product to get better hair. You have to first, number one, not just get information, not to get products, not get salon visits, not get talking sessions like this. You have to educate yourself. And let's look at education. What does it mean? It means to come to know, to memorize it, make it a part of you. You have to, in order to take care of yourself. And ultimately, you'll take care of your hair and scalp. Also, if you do not like your hair, now we got to think about that, because you can look at my hair and go, oh, I love her hair. But you saw what my hair was before I did this, and you see my hair now. So you love my hair because of this, or did you love it even before because you knew that it was dead fiber and you could manipulate it to do anything you want? See, I know my hair is hair, and I know that I can make my hair do what I want it to do. I just have to do the work. First, before I do the work, I have to educate myself. I have to say, what is it that I really need to do? And then once I know what to do, I can do it. It's that simple. It seems like it's extremely simple for me, but it's a process. And you have to allow yourself to go through the process. I tell my team all the time, you have to allow yourself to learn. You have to allow yourself. If you don't, then you're not going to get it. You're going to be frustrated. Don't think that better hair is within your reach. Even if you do go to the salon on a regular basis, even if your stylist is giving you the right information, you may be sabotaging your hair along the way, either by skipping salon visits or disregarding good advice, or in a myriad of ways. There could be a number of ways. Whatever your stylist is saying and doing either is not correct or for your hair, or you are not grasping and becoming educated on what he or she is saying. Remember that. Now, that's what you've got to think about. Your homework for this week is to ask complete questions of your stylist. Wait for complete answers. Ask them, number one, how often do you think I should shampoo my hair? Number two, let them know all of your problems. And that might be number one, all of your problems. So you should have a consultation if you haven't already. Do I have an itchy scalp, flaky scalp, tender hair, scalp? Is my hair breaking? What are my goals for my hair? Talk to them about that. So often we see our girlfriends here and we say, hey, you know what? I'm going to come and have my hair done by your stylist because your hair looks so fabulous. Well, that's not enough. You have to know more. So I'm going to leave it at that. Now, next week, we're going to talk about magazine information. And then we're going to get to some positive affirmations. But we're going to talk about what we're reading. We read so much in the magazines. There's magazines talking about every problem under the sun. There's always somebody in there talking about hair. Find me a magazine that doesn't mention something about hair or selling some hair product every single month. Every single magazine you pick up will sell a hair product, or they're going to have an article on hair. Everyone, every month. For years, that's been happening. We should have great hair, but we don't. And there's a reason. So next week, we're going to talk about those magazine information. I'm Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor. I am so sorry about my technical difficulties, but thank God for archive. I'll be able to archive this one for you. Okay, so we are done, and I'm going to sign out, and I'll see you next week right here. And I've got some exciting news that's going to come up in April that I'm truly excited about, something that's going to help us with our technical difficulties, that's for sure. And we'll be able to do some more things, some exciting things. I'm going to do some blogs, radio shows. Yeah, I let a little bit out of the bag. Zip it up, Lisa. Also, I'm going to talk to you more about Sister Strut, which is coming up. It's a breast cancer awareness event. It's for women, mainly women of color, and they're just going to do walking. And we're going to have a booth there. We're going to give free consultations. So if you're in the Memphis, Tennessee area and you're Tiger Lane, and just go to my website, lisaakbari.com. I should have some information up on Sister Strut, or type in Sister Strut Memphis 2016, and you'll be able to get it. And I know this is dating the video, but you'll still be able to get all the archive things because we're going to stream live as well. So I'm really excited about this. So I love you. To God be the glory in Jesus. Sorry you weren't able to get in, but I will see you next week right here on Ask the Hair Doctor. Thanks again, guys. Love you. You have a blessed, wonderful morning, evening, or night.